back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why you really should probably not hate the 2020 Supra. You don't want to miss out, so stay tuned. So with 2018 now on the back burner, it's 2019 and we have recently been presented with the 2020 Supra. Now, this is not a Toyota channel, this is a BMW channel, but given the fact that this car is 90% BMW, I feel a unique pressure to talk about this car. Now, I'm going to speak on the other side of the spectrum. I know there's a ton of videos out there talking about how much they hate the Toyota Supra, even though the vehicle hasn't even shown itself on the streets yet. I wanted to kind of play devil's advocate and do a video and talk about why we should be excited and why we really should not hate on the car before it even gets here. So, reason number 1. Now you guys are probably wondering, what have I come up with? What are my talking points? Well, I'm not going to start from any kind of order, basically how they came to me. So neither one of these are more important than the other, but I will save the best for last. The brand Toyota, as a company, they're a business and they need to make money. Now, that's important for a few reasons. Toyota has been one of those automakers that has consistently been at the top of the charts. You have the Camry, the Avalon, the Corolla. They are money-making, business-centric company that knows how to make cars that will sell. That being said, the Toyota Supra is probably one of those cars that we should be happy that it's even on the radar for Toyota to even make. Let's take a few steps back and remember the Scion FRS and the BRZ. That was Toyota's first attempt in a very long time at making a sports car. And to be quite frank, I didn't like the car when it first came out. Now, of course, I'm a BMW guy, so I'm a little partial to BMWs, but I do like all cars. I'm a car enthusiast at my core. Needless to say, it didn't get very high praise when it first came out. To this very day, a lot of BRZ and FRS owners still question Toyota's decision to partner with Subaru using a boxer engine that is naturally aspired. I just, personally, I didn't understand that decision. So you can understand why they might be reluctant to actually put forth another sports car. Now, the FRS did sell, and it sold pretty well, but it just wasn't the Toyota 86 that we were looking for. The 86 that we remember had a Yamaha engine that revved to the moon. It was made very, very popular through the initial D movies and anime, and we all expected that car whenever it first came out. So you can imagine that Toyota's position and their aim and their mindset going into making another sports car was going to be that of the same. So with that being said, since Toyota is a business and they're about making money, the simple fact that the name Toyota Supra even came up in any of those conversations that had to do with presenting a new line of cars to any of the board members, to any of the CEOs and all the big wigs that decide what car goes out where, we should just be happy the Supra even exists. So that kind of goes into another one of my points that I'll talk about later in this video, so I'll come back to that portion in a little while. So for my second reason, I want to talk about Toyota's choice at using BMW as their partner choice for the platform for the Toyota Supra. You might think that this idea was out of left field and it was kind of maybe a last minute thing and they threw the concept together, but I beg to differ. After some careful considerations, some thinking about why an automaker like Toyota would partner with a German automotive company, the answers start to become a lot more clear. Now, if you watch Treats on the Streets, a friend of mine, Gavin, recently did a video on why the other European automakers such as Audi and Mercedes, why they weren't chosen, why he thought they weren't chosen, and I won't talk on those points because he did a great job at breaking those down. And if you want to find out on his video why he believes they weren't chosen, you can find the link down in the description down below. But as far as my reasoning for that, it's pretty simple. Given the fact that I'm a BMW guy, I find myself on BMW forums, I find myself talking to BMW guys, and it's one of those things that you would imagine that I might be partial to these vehicles. Now, I myself are actually excited for this partnership. Unlike a lot of the other YouTubers that are bashing this car before it even shows up, I believe that this partnership was a match made in heaven. Anybody who's anybody knows that for the last 10 years that the N55 and the N54 engines have been around, it's been dubbed the German 2JZ engine. quite frankly, to be perfectly honest, it seems like the individuals that are responsible for this partnership may actually be the last set of tuners from our generation that actually exist at Toyota at all. How comical is it that we actually are getting a Toyota with a BMW engine when for the last 5 to 6 years recently, since these engines become more readily available and the similarities between the BMW's inline 6 and the Toyota's inline 6, we've been swapping 2JZs into E36s and E46s for purposes of track and drift and you name it. It's already been done. So it just really feels like a match made in heaven, since we've been talking about this in the automotive community, in the aftermarket community, in the custom enthusiast community for the last 5 years anyway, that the engineers actually made this happen. So before you guys start getting upset about the joint effort, let's just remember that Toyota has no platform that would be suitable for the Toyota Supra. Now, we could say that the LC500, I believe it is from Lexus, with the V8 would have been a great candidate, but there would have been a lot of backlash on that as well. We all know that the Supra should be an inline 6 engine, and if Toyota had to go to the drawing board and start a chassis from ground up, engine, suspension, bodywork, everything all brand new, this vehicle would not be in the price range that it is, and that leads me to my next topic. Now, the price as listed for this car is going to be about $50,000. Now, I imagine you can spec that out however you want. Carbon fiber, this custom interior that Toyota's TRD department is nothing short of amazing when it comes to their aftermarket support. So I have no doubt that the aftermarket support for speccing this car up to a higher price point is going to be there, but the base price being set at $50,000 puts this in reach of the average individual, unlike the LFA, unlike the NSX that was over-engineered to the point where we don't even recognize it as an NSX. So that being said, the price point that I feel that they put this vehicle at is probably going to be the perfect sweet spot. I personally don't mind having the opportunity to actually see the Toyota badge name being worn on something on the streets, to be in traffic, to see a red Toyota Supra over to my right and a yellow Toyota Supra over to my left. And for that reason alone, I really feel like the price point is priced perfectly. Now, the one topic that we all know that is going to come up, that's a huge positive, huge plus, is the aftermarket. We all know that this vehicle is poised to come with 335 horses and 380 foot-pound of torque. That is basically the textbook number from the BMW 335s, the 435s, all their twin-turbo platforms, and the new Z4, of course. And we all know that that figure is a suggestion more than anything. We know that the moment that that car rolls off the assembly line, the moment that the first tuners get their hands on it, there is going to be almost zero gap between a 335 horsepower twin-turbo Supra to a 700 horsepower daily driven monster. Yeah, you've seen them all over the internet. They've been walking the streets all over GTRs, supercars, you name it, daily driven, getting their kids to school, taking them to work and back home without any issues. Now, yes, it's going to be plagued with the issues that direct port injection engines actually come with. You guys know that from my many videos, but hey, it's 2019. There's no way around that. That's the way of the future. We just deal with it as it comes. So in closing, guys, this is going to be my last talking point. It's actually probably the one thing that nobody is talking about on their videos. We've heard on the other end of the spectrum about the FT1 Concept. Now, we all know that this car that we are getting actually looks a lot like the FT1 Concept, but it looks like a cheap discounted version, a China copied version of the rendering that we first got. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, we saw a concept car at an auto show very long time ago, and it made everybody excited in the very beginning. They called it the worst kept secret in automotive history. Now, that being said, the future for Toyota seems to me like it could be a very bright one. No, there's not a lot of data to support my allegations and my thought process, but hear me out before you guys click off the video. Looking to the future, since I talked about all these points, we talked about Toyota being a company and they love selling cars. We talked about the first time ever combination between Toyota and BMW partnering up and making a Toyota Supra, the aftermarket capabilities. We talked about the price point that the car is at a very reasonable price point, just in the same ballpark as the Chevy Corvette. I really feel like the vehicle is going to sell like hotcakes. So that being said, please go out and buy the vehicle when it comes out. We all know it's going to be great. We've seen a lot of these renderings that fix all the awkward body lines that we all don't like, but take this with you from this video if you take nothing at all. It's very possible that if we buy this car, it sells really well. Since Toyota likes selling cars, we might just see the FT1 Concept come to fruition. So that's going to wrap it up for my video, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Hopefully I talked on some points, some issues, some things that you guys really didn't think of, since there are so many videos just bashing the car. Again, I'm not saying that I love everything about this, but I did want to do a video that basically depicted a portion of the argument that's not being talked about. So thank you guys for watching the video, guys. If you're not following the channel, please go down in the comment section down below, hit the like button or dislike button if you dislike the video, and if you disliked it, let me know why. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, guys. We like to have a lot of fun. I do videos like this sometimes. I do a lot of build breakdowns on some of the stuff that I'm working on, but we are going to be getting back into some build videos, especially for this car right here, guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for just hanging out with me out here at this spot that I found that could possibly show up in the video at another time. But I want to thank you guys for watching the BMW channel, guys, and as always, peace out and Godspeed, guys.